Hi everyone, this video is for week 4 of English 104. I thought I would take a moment and do my announcements this week on video form because I do have quite a bit of information and I thought it might be easier for you if I just talk you through some things versus give you a written page for announcements. So the first thing I want to point out to you on our Moodle page is you'll notice something new at the very top in our general section is something new called a Bose survey. We are basically being asked to complete a survey for a marketing class here at SMC. So this doesn't really have anything to do with grading or any of that kind of thing. You're basically doing a favor for your fellow students by completing this particular survey. They're trying to do a competition. So please take a moment. It's very short, 10 questions. Do them a favor, complete the survey. It's a hot link. It should not take you more than a minute or two. So week 4 is now open, and you will notice that we are really focusing on our research questions for your topic. You've narrowed down a particular area that you are ready to focus on and begin researching aspects of for your essay, and that is what you're going to be doing in earnest this week. So as you know, in the task list, I have some pages I want you to read within our textbook. In resources, I have provided, once again, multiple links for MLA document design. Remember, everything you submit in this course, I do want MLA 8 document design format. You know, those little things like 1-inch margins, double spacing, insert your header, the first 4 lines, all those kinds of things. These other areas are meant to help you in your research to kind of help narrow things down. The first assignment is research questions and database sources. So in this particular assignment, there's a document you must complete with your research questions. Essentially, I'm asking you to complete 5 to 7 questions relating to your topic, and then I want you to provide information in relationship to those questions. In other words, I want you to go and look and find a source and evaluate that source for credibility. How are you going to evaluate for credibility? Those kinds of things. And these videos maybe will help you if you don't already know how to do that, or you're not familiar with items like the CRAP test or what scholarly sources mean in a database. Many may also not be aware of primary and secondary sources, so there's a short video to help you with that. So essentially, you pop into that document, and what you're going to do is you have to have 5 to 7 questions relating to your topic that you're going to be searching. These questions are driving your research, so don't make them simplistic. Then think of keywords or phrases that you would use in that search, whether it be if you're Googling or if you are using databases. And then over here, sources that you are searching for that question, you have to list at least one, and I want you to be very specific about the source. So if you go into the SMC databases, which I strongly recommend, it's not enough to say databases. You got to name the specific database that you are searching. And then after you have searched that database and maybe you found something, you found, hey, here's an article that I may be able to use to help answer that question, to help me write my essay. Then you have to evaluate for credibility. So tell me, how did you evaluate credibility here? Did you use the CRAP test? Was it a scholarly source? You know, what for you determined credibility? And keep in mind, this is not off the top of your head. You do need to use either scholarly sources, CRAP test, or an item from the database. And then finally, primary, secondary source, just to note, is this a primary? This is the original source, or is this secondary? In other words, you got it from a container that houses multiple sources, things like a database or websites that are have multiple items contained within. So you're going to complete that. It is an interactive worksheet. And then, of course, upload. Now, The other thing that we're working on is a writing consultation and your draft. And the consultation is meant to help you refine, build, work on your draft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the draft first. So in your draft, I want you to complete a required writing consultation. So what I've also included is, okay, what do you need within that proposal? So what you are drafting is your proposal for what you are going to do your essay on. But this is a formal writing. It's not the essay itself. It is separate from the essay. But within this proposal, there are 4 criteria you need to meet, 4 headings. I want you to bold, and then you need to have the information contained within. Now, you can go back and take a look at the original instructions for this. I believe they were in week 2. I'm going to quick pop back here and see if this is where I provided the information for what we're going to be writing on. Yeah, research proposal instructions. So if you pop back into week 2, research proposal instructions are right there. And you can, once again, download that and go over the instructions. So if you notice this is what I'm talking about in the proposal that you're going to be writing. This is what you're drafting this week. These 4 sections, and I want them bolded headings in each one. And then of course these are items also. So the MLA requirements, in addition to 3 full pages, you have to have each of these fully developed, and just some reminders there. These are the items that you must include in those sections. So go back, review. If you have questions or concerns on that, certainly you may reach out to me on that. So when you are doing your drafting, that's what that is. You are drafting the proposal. So I also give you a checklist here. Hey, did I include this, this, and this in my draft before you upload? Before you upload, I strongly recommend that you engage, not recommend, I'm requiring, you engage in a writing consultation. So you need to make an appointment. They're all online. All you have to do is click into that appointment link, and you can make new appointment. And then yours should show you a listing of services, but otherwise just type in writing consultation. And then what will happen is it will pull up all the consultants' pictures and then dates and times available for consultations. I do want to give you a word of warning on this. They don't do them on the weekends, and I'm not sure I think they're open one evening, but not very many. They usually are done at 5. So in order for you to get this done and uploaded, the consultation completed before Sunday at midnight, which is always due on Sundays, you are going to need to really be on top of making an appointment. Remember, you should make your appointment right away. Make that appointment even before you're done with your draft. So, if you want, make an appointment for Friday at 3 p.m. and then you have all week to develop your draft. Do get on top of it. Make an appointment. They fill fast. Just so you know, if you email me saying, hey, they didn't have any appointments available this week, that is not an excuse for not getting this done. You are always welcome to submit it late for late credit. But this is why I'm open the week early, and I recommend you go in, make your appointment right away after viewing this video. Get a spot and get it reserved for you. That's it for this week. The bulk of the work is you are developing questions, and then you are drafting your proposal. These are the items that you got to be thinking about. Remember, the proposal is a formal writing, so you do need to adhere to the directions and MLA document design. Remember, I do provide a plethora of resources, and you are always welcome to conference with me, talk with me during my office hours, which, as you know, are posted over here on Moodle. So all you have to do is click into one of them at that day and time, and I am in the Zoom room, happy to talk to you live about whatever you need. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video format versus the written format. I thought I would just change it up a little bit for you. And if you have any questions, concerns, get my attention. But otherwise, happy writing.